mats. We're here for a little lunar flow today. Let's begin our practice in triple diamond. So lay down, put your backside on the ground, your head, your shoulders, your hips. And start to relax. Start to unclench your jaw, let your abdominal muscles soften, your shoulders. Hopefully your knees open a little bit wider, just as you kind of notice maybe that your hips are tight, or you can just start to identify some of the shapes that are being held in your body. Today, the moon is in Taurus. We are waxing, so we're getting brighter and brighter each night to next week. Next week, we've got a full moon. So let's see, Moon in Taurus is a more sturdy emotional body. But the moon is approaching Uranus, which is unpredictable. It is eccentric. It is innovative. It is all sorts of kind of rebellious things. So as our emotional body crosses over this unpredictable, uncontained, I don't know, certain kind of energy, it can have an effect on our emotional bodies. Even though we're more likely to have a sturdy, kind of steady eddy kind of emotional tone with Moon and Taurus, with Uranus there, it can make it a little, there can be some like unexpected shakeups. Maybe you see something, maybe someone sends you something, maybe, I don't know. There's so many ways that we can kind of get spun out when it comes to our emotions. So we're just going to spend some time thinking about it this morning so we can be prepared for our day. Oh, whatever comes up, whatever happens, whatever we see, whatever we think about, we can, by preparing, we can just, I don't know, set ourselves up for success. That's how you feel, where your emotional body is today, anyway, without any unexpected stimuli. How does your heart feel? Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. We'll start to lift our knees back up so they point up to the ceiling. We'll ground our feet down on the mat. Take your arms open into a big wide T, and then let's roll our knees from side to side just a couple of times back and forth. Put your focus into your low back. See if you can identify any pieces, any parts that could soften a little bit more. Relax the shape that they've been holding. And let's come back to center, point your knees up to the ceiling, and then lift your feet up to the ceiling. Let's hold on to the backs of our legs. Stretch your feet upward, point and flex, rotate, wiggle out your toes. Let's find some movement through your ankles. And some time familiarizing yourself with all of the connections in this part of your body, how connected it all is. I can feel this in so many spots. Of course, my feet, but also my hamstrings, also my calves, also kind of behind my knees. Put our hands on the insides of our thighs and open our legs into a V. And take a couple more rotations with your ankles, a couple more circles. And as it feels appropriate, find a little bit of stillness here. Another breath in and then out. And let's bring our knees back in towards our chest. Give yourself a squeeze, lift your nose up, and then set your head back down on the ground. Place your heels, your feet on the ground, and reach your fingertips towards your heels. Let's lift our shoulders up off the ground, engage your core, pull belly button down towards the floor, and start to alternate tap. So we'll reach for the right ankle and then the left ankle, just moving from side to side. Make sure you're not lifting from your neck, but you're engaging from your core and pressing down into the ground beneath you. So 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Last one, either side. Relax your head back down to the ground and roll your head back and forth a couple of times. Look over your right shoulder and then look over your left shoulder. Find your way back to neutral, and then bring your knees back in. Make your way up to a seated position, any way you'd like to get there. Bring your spine up nice and tall, your stack over your shoulders. And let's start to just bobble from side to side a couple of times. Take right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, back and forth. And give yourself enough time on either side to really feel the stretch moving from like the base of your ear, the base of your jaw, down the side towards your collarbone or towards your shoulder. Add it in a bit of a swivel, rolling your head from side to side. Next time your head falls to the right, let your head stay there. You can keep as you are, or you can drop your left hand down to the ground outside of your left hip, tiptoe your fingertips away from your body. I always think of large animals when I think of Taurus, like elephants and oxen and like big animals. They move pretty slowly most of the time. And how do you get a cow to go where you want it to go? Like I think they just they kind of do their thing without your influence. But my goodness, once they get to a point of panic or fear, like those animals can shake the earth. They rear up and put their hooves back on the ground or their elephant feet back on the ground. But imagine that has a bit of a rumble that comes along with it. Let's switch our head to the other side, left ear towards your left shoulder. Relax your right shoulder away from your ears. You can tiptoe your right fingertips away from your body. So that kind of image of like the cow walking down the field one step at a time. That animal is going to move at its own pace. It's going to do what it wants to do. That's the energy that is touching our emotional body today. So even though cows and elephants, pretty sturdy creatures, they can get wound up just like you and I can. Bring our head back to neutral and then point your chin in the direction of your right knee. Lean your head forward, tuck your chin towards your collarbone. We're stretching just a little bit of a different part of our neck. See how much you can scoop your chin towards your body. That'll bring even more length into this back left part of your neck. Lift your head back up to neutral, turn your chin to point towards the left knee, and then tuck your chin down towards your collarbone. Try to scoop it up towards your body as much as you can, inviting in some stretch for the back right part of your neck. I told you the little imagery about the big animals because I want you to picture your emotional body kind of mirroring that slow one foot in front of the other, slow and steady, steady eddy kind of energy. If you notice yourself or if you notice someone else today having an elephant grade hissy fit, you can recognize what's going on. You can recognize that it's not about you. They're just experiencing big elephant-sized emotions. Let's bring our gaze back up to neutral. Switch the order of your legs so the back shin comes around to the front, and let's twist. So let's twist to the left first. Put your right hand on your left knee. Lift your chest up really tall. Look back over that left shoulder. Come back through center. Switch to the other side. Left hand or right knee. Tall, tall, tall spine. Look back over your right shoulder. Come back through center, crawl over your knees, and come into a tabletop position. Stack your joints up. Move through a few rounds of cat and cow. So we'll inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, and then we'll exhale, round up between your shoulders. Continue up and down, big breaths in, big breaths out. Focus on the steady eddy nature of your breathing in, the rhythm of your breath. Back to a neutral spine. Walk your knees wide and then come down into a child's pose. Sink your hips down to your heels. Rest your forehead forward. Stretch your spine out as long as you can, reaching from your hip bones all the way to your fingertips. And then focus on breath for a couple of moments. Again, still playing with that really rhythmic in and out, kind of matching the rhythmic stepping of an elephant or a bull. Steady, eddy, in and out. Take a big breath in, let it go. And then let's move to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high, tuck your toes under, take some pedals out to wake up your legs. Say good morning to your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your hamstrings. Let's move our feet wide. So put them wide on the edges of your mat. Walk your hands back to your feet. Grab onto your, clasp your hands above your tailbone. We'll lengthen the arms and then fold, opening up the fronts of the shoulders. Release your hands down. Grab onto your elbows for ragdoll. Put some softness into your knees. Find a little bit of a sway or a bounce or a rock. Release your hands down to the ground. Walk your feet in together. Take a halfway lift with an inhale. And exhale, fold you forward. Extended mountain. Stand up, reach up for the ceiling. Big breath in. Bend your knees. Sweep your arms back to the wall behind you like you're a little skier going down a mountain. Let's inhale, reach back up for the ceiling. And then exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. High plank. Take your feet back from your plank on or off your knees. Lower your body down to the ground. With an inhale, find a cobra. Lift your chest up. Stretch your spine long. And then exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. Steady eddy in and out. After your exhale, step or hop to your hands at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Extended mountain pose. Reach up, stand up tall. Exhale, bend your knees, reach your hands back. Little tiny skier going down the mountain. And then stand up, breathe in. And exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. High plank, feet go back. On or off your knees, lower down to the ground. With an in-breath, lift up cobra. Out breath, downward facing dog. 3 breaths again. Breathe slow and steady in and out. After your exhale, step or hop to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Extended mountain pose. Fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths right here. Through your exhale, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Extended mountain stand up, reach up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, bend your knees, take your hands back, go as low into your legs as you can. Then stand back up, breathe in, and fold it out. Let's separate our feet again. And one more time, clasp your hands above your tailbone, lengthen your arm bones, and then refold, letting the fronts of your shoulders open up. Ragdoll, release your hands, grab your elbows. Notice any changes in your body. Maybe an increase in heat. Maybe it doesn't feel like much has changed. Your muscles are still talking to you. Let's wiggle our feet in, release your fingertips down. Put your big toes together, but leave a little space between your heels. Let's bend our knees and come up for Utkatasana. Sit down low into your seat. Reach up high with your fingertips. Notice how your energy is going in different directions. We've got some energy going down from our hip bones, pressing into our knees, into our feet, moving down towards the ground. And then some of our energy is going up from our hip bones to our shoulders, to our elbows, to our fingers. We are lifting. Let's bring our chest towards our thighs. Reach back with your fingertips, finding that wall behind you. And we're gonna stand, reaching our hands up. Lift your left knee up towards your chest. Woo! It's a little wobbly, a little wiggly. That's okay. Let's go to airplane pose from here. Left foot goes back, fingertips go back. And then from here, warrior one, put your lifted leg down on the ground. Sweep your arms up over your shoulders. Again, feel your energy moving in different ways. Hip bones down into the ground, and then hip bones up into the ceiling, into your fingertips. Let's bring our chest forward towards the front thigh. Reach back with your fingertips. And we're going to undo this the same way we got in. So we'll stand up, lift your left knee up. That's really hard. Lift your left knee up towards your chest. Keep your foot flexed. Very good. Then come back down. Both feet come to the ground. Chest goes towards your thighs. Fingertips reach back, just like the little skier. And then we'll stand and lift the right knee. Fingertips go up high. Airplane pose. Take your right heel backward. Fingertips backward. Feel where your belly button is in your body and pull it in towards your spine and organs. From here, warrior one, bring your lifted leg down to the mat. Come down into your legs, into your hips, and extend upward with your fingertips. Really play up that difference between rooting down and lifting up. Bring your chest forward towards your front thigh, fingertips go back. And we're gonna stand up, pull your right knee towards your chest. Bring your right foot down, bend your knees, lower your chest, and reach back with your fingertips. We're gonna alternate side to side, 2 more times on each side. So this will be about balance, it'll be about grounding, it'll be about building stability in our bodies, just like the moon in Taurus is asking for. So press into your right foot, stand up, lift your left knee up, airplane pose, take your heel back, reach back with your fingers, and warrior one. Bring your lifted foot down to the ground. Feel the sturdiness in your feet, your knees, your thighs, your glutes. Find your belly button again, zip it in. Bring your chest forward towards your thigh. You're gonna get ready to stand up. Sweep your left leg up towards your chest. And plant your feet, bring your chest forward towards your thighs, fingertips reach back. Awesome. Stand up, lift your right knee up towards your chest. Airplane pose, sweep your right heel back. Fingertips go back, chest comes forward. Come down into warrior one. Left knee is forward. Sink down into your legs. So we're finding a lot of depth here in this posture. Hopefully your muscles are getting warm. Maybe you feel a little bit of sweat building. Bring your chest towards your thigh, fingertips reach back. Get ready to stand up, press into your left foot. Stand, sweep your right leg up towards your chest. And then put your feet down, bend your knees, chest forward towards your thighs. Very good, one more on each side. Plant into your right foot, stand up, lift your left knee. Airplane pose, take your left heel back, fingertips go back. Warrior one, plant through your back foot. I think we're gonna move into warrior two. I know we're gonna move into warrior two. So open up to the side, fingertips forward and back. Let's flip up the front palm, reverse your warrior. And then find a side angle. Stack your right elbow on your right thigh. Take your left hand up to the ceiling. Reverse the warrior, up and back, big reach. And warrior two, come down. Warrior one, reach both hands up to the ceiling. Bring your chest forward towards your thighs. And we're gonna stand up tall. So lift your left knee up towards your chest. Bring your foot down, chest towards your thighs, fingertips reach back. We're gonna move to the last side. So ground into your left leg. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Airplane pose, take your right heel back. And then warrior one. Plant your right foot down on the ground behind you. Lift your fingertips up over your shoulders. Come down nice and low into your lower body. Warrior two, open up to the side. Reverse your warrior. And then high side angle. Connect elbow to thigh or to your knee. And then take your right hand up, stretching it straight out of your shoulder up to the ceiling. Reverse your warrior. Warrior two. Back to warrior one. And bring your chest forward towards your thigh. Reach your fingertips back. Get ready to stand. We're going to stand to lift the right leg up towards the chest. Oh, and then put your feet down. Bring your chest forward. Reach back with your fingertips. Connect your palms together at your heart center and then twist to the right. Bring your left elbow to your right leg. Once you get your legs all set up, really press your palms together with some force so your chest muscles activate. Come back to center and then make it to the other side. Right elbow, left leg. Go low into your hips, your knees, and then really press your palms together. Come back to center and then fold your chest forward. Woohoo! Separate out your feet again. Let's grab our elbows for ragdoll. Give your head a little shake. Enjoy having long legs. Release your fingertips down, walk your feet in together, then halfway lift, inhale, forward fold, exhale, extended mountain pose, stand up, lift up, reach for the ceiling, and then drop your arms down by your sides. Let's bring our hands to our hips and step your left foot back about 1 foot away from your right foot. So we're going to go into pyramid pose. You can clasp your hands down by your tailbone, or you can reach up to the ceiling and fold your way forward. Either way, no matter what you choose, choose to focus on the stability in your body, your bones, your muscle exertion that helps to support your skeleton. You've got strong thighs, you've got strong glutes. Use them to help bring stability into your body. We're going to move from here into standing splits. So shift your weight forward into your front leg and then lift your back leg up towards the ceiling. You can stay like this in standing splits, or you can do some standing split crunches. We'll bend both knees and kind of tuck the lifted knee behind the standing knee. So left knee behind right. We'll crunch in and then expand out. Your choice. You be here however However you need. If you're crunching, we'll do 5 more. Last one. And then fold forward. All your toes line up. Take a halfway lift with an inhale. Exhale, fold you forward. Extended mountain pose. Stand up, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your right knee. Lift your left fingertips up to the ceiling. Big twist. Exhale, fold. Switch to the other side. Bend your left knee. Right hand lifts up. And then forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Stand up tall. Exhale your hands to your hips. Now we'll step the right leg back, getting ready for pyramid on the other side. So get your feet all set up, your good strong foundation, and then start to fold. Whether you reach up and lengthen or you clasp your hands behind your back, your choice. All right, let's start to move towards our standing split. So we'll press into the left leg to lift the right leg up to the ceiling. And we'll start to crunch. You don't have to. You can keep your leg lifting if that sounds better to your body right now. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring your feet down side by side. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold you forward. Extended mountain pose, stand up, reach up. Exhale, fold. Bend your right knee, twist by reaching your left hand up to the ceiling. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift the opposite hand up and twist. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain pose. Last one, big tall stretch, reach, reach, reach. And then forward fold. Halfway lift. Move to plank pose. Take your feet back, low, and then lower your body down. So we'll come all the way down to our stomach. Reach your fingertips back to the wall behind you, and then lift up for locust pose. So lift your arms, lift your legs, everything kind of like you're a little bull. Exhale your right cheek down to the mat. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Bring your chin back to center. Locust pose again. Lift your chest up, lift your legs up. And slowly lower. Bring your left cheek down to the ground. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Back to center. One more time. Locust pose. Lift your arms and legs, your chest all up nice and high. And then slow and steady, release down to the ground. Drop your right cheek. You can stay still if that sounds really good to you, or you can bend your knees and move your heel side to side a couple times. I always think that feels so good on my low back, but you might prefer stillness this morning. I don't know. Let's bring the opposite cheek down to the mat. Bring your chin back to center. Put your hands on either side of your chest. Let's roll cobras in with our breath. So we'll inhale, lift up, and we'll exhale, lower down. Just a couple of times up and down on your own. After your next cobra, come up to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, come onto your seat. Drop your hips down, swing your legs out in front of you. Let's take our feet out really long. Lift your spine up as tall as you can, and then start to fold forward with your chest. Bring our spine back up tall. Open up your legs into a nice wide V, and then fold again into a center straddle fold. I really can't get away from this idea of like the elephants and the bulls and just like the big, heavy, sturdy animals. And it is actually taking me to like cartoons, to like Dumbo. And how when the elephants get scared, they like trumpet and they stand up and they kind of like flail about, and it's entertainment. Like it made us giggle when we were little. It made us, made us giggle because how could something so big and sturdy freak out over something so small? And that's kind of a good metaphor for us as people as well, with this moon in Taurus, our emotional body, and that big sturdy sign. And then gonna cross over Uranus, the planet of the unexpected. Let's crawl our hands and chest over towards our right leg. So I'm gonna pose a little challenge for each one of us, that if you notice yourself, your emotions, doing that fun elephant thing with the trumpeting and the flailing and oh my God, a mouse, see if you can find a little bit of entertainment out of it. Not in a mean way. We're not making fun of people. We're not making fun of ourselves. Um, but just to like be more lighthearted with whatever mouse we're looking at that's freaking us out. Let's crawl our chest and arms over to the other side. Let's crawl our hands back towards center. Reach them out as far in front of you as you can. And then walk your hands back in, bring your spine back up, close your legs, and come onto your backside. We're gonna recline our way down again. Put your shoulders, your spine, your neck, your head all down on the ground. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Then cross your right leg over your left leg. We're gonna do eagle abs. So we haven't done these in a while. Let's bring our arms into an eagle position, right arm under left arm. And then we're gonna crunch our head and shoulders up off of the ground, bringing ourselves into a tight little eagle ball. Then release, tap your toes, tap your head, crunch everything up together. Continue to move on your own, taking the time to really squeeze when you're tucked up in that little ball. Let's do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold this one. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then release. Keep your legs crossed, but open your arms into a T. Drop your knees down to the left side. Turn your eyes over to the right. And allow yourself to ring out. Bring our knees back to center, unwind your legs, and then wind the opposite way, left leg over right. Take your left arm under your right arm for eagle arms and eagle legs, and we're gonna start to crunch up into our little ball, and then tap everything back down to the ground. And do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold this one. Squeeze, 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 and then release. Unwind your arms. Tip your legs over to the right side, and then your eyes to the left side. Bring our knees back to neutral. Take your right ankle over your left knee, reverse pigeon. Grab onto your legs, draw your knees in towards your chest. Do what feels good. Maybe rocking feels good. Maybe stillness feels good. come back to those images that you have of those big animals just walking slowly. I am not a movie person. I don't mind watching movies, but I like to watch them at home. I'm not a theater girl, but I did go to see Mufasa with two of my girlfriends. And it's a story all about Mufasa and it's CGI animals, and I thought it would be kind of creepy. And it was in certain parts, but for the most part, I don't know, it was just magical. Seeing those big elephants walking across the savannah, they just like really command respect. One of my friends got to meet an elephant in real life. She got to feed it and I think give it a bath. And this elephant was older than she was. And it's not very common that we get to meet animals that are older than we are. She sent me a picture looking into the eye, and it just seemed like there was so much wisdom and stability, and like they move slower, so they meet life slower, maybe. I don't know. Until a mouse runs across the ground and then they all stand up. But what can we take away from that? What can we take from that example? Let's switch to the other side. Reverse pigeon with the left leg crossed over. Draw your legs towards your chest. Welcome in, stretch your outer left hip. Release our feet back to the mat. Let's take a banana asana. So we'll put our hips over on the right side of the mat. Stretch your left leg out, cross your right ankle over your left, make your banana shape so your arms and your legs are reaching to the left. A lot of times would see people roll onto one of their sides in this posture in studio. I want you to make sure both sides of your butt are on the mat, both cheeks. I don't want any side lifting up. We are just opening up the entire right side of the body, from your right fingertips all the way down to your right toes. Let's start to neutralize our body, move back towards center before we get to the other side. So we'll put our hips down on the left side of the mat. Stretch your legs out long, crossing your left ankle over your right, and then making your banana shape by reaching your arms and your legs off to the right side. Check in with your pelvis, make sure that both cheeks are down on the ground. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Start to make your way back towards neutral, back towards center, lengthening out your spine, bringing your legs to a good resting spot. You can leave a bend in your knees, or you can stretch your body out nice and long. We're gonna take a couple moments in a final resting pose. So put yourself in a good position for that. Back to that imagery of steady eddy, of one foot in front of the other. The wisdom that comes with slowness and time and experience. And at the very least, just recognize that that end of the spectrum holds value as well, as much as speed and power and might and force. The way we all live, the other way is valuable too. With the moon in Taurus, we can maybe experiment with that side of the spectrum just a little bit more. And then you can go back to your chaos if you want after that. Take a big breath in. Let your breath go. And lift your knees. Slowly make your way up to a seated position. Sit up, stack your ears over your shoulders, over your hips, connect your hands together, and pause for a moment of gratitude, of intention setting, of maybe it's a prayer. With all my love and all my gratitude, namaste.